Peace to the tribe, peace to the collective. We are moving forward in our celestial procession or celestial regression. Goodness gracious. So they cut on CERN today, and since they cut on CERN, I've no longer had the desire to be conscious. I ate about 2 double cheeseburgers from McDonald's. I hooked up with a $40 whore, and I gave her $60, and she did everything. From there, I've been like in the trap houses. I've been selling drugs. I've been gang banging. I don't know. They turned the CERN up, and I just went fucking crazy, man. I don't know. They need to turn that motherfucker down because it's really impacting and affecting the way that I go about my life. But with that being said, I want to also talk about 2012 and 2022. What's that? That's 10 years, right? 10 years between 2012 and 2022. What happened in 2012 is that the collider first started. And beyond the collider starting, you had Joe Biden and then Ukraine. Joe Biden and his son, rather. Because in 2012, Barack Obama was the president, and Barack Obama was a meat suit for Joe Biden. At that time, Americans were too liberal, and Joe Biden was too conservative to be voted in as president. And basically, they used Barack Obama as just a camouflage or a chameleon, so America could do a coup d'etat in Ukraine. Now, what does all have to do? Why certain principalities would want a war and take over certain areas is because these are the portals that open up. The Iraq war, the Afghanistan war were not wars for goods and services. These were wars in reference to portals that open up from time to time. And so the principalities and the powers that were and the powers that be, they fight for these energy vortexes for survival, for knowledge, wisdom, and overall supremacy. See, we live in a spiritual world, not a physical world. We live in a world where magic is the top thing. And the way that you tap into magic is by getting out of your house, going to ley lines and grid lines, and absorbing that energy. Like in the movie Dr. Sleep. They have, I don't know what they're called. They're called like the red hats or the top hats or something like that. It's a crew of witches. They live forever. They vampires or witches, whatever you want to call it, and they absorb energy. They feed off of your fear. They feed off of your ignorance. And then a deeper level is that they travel. They go places and they do rituals. They go places and they start wars. And they have everybody talking about the war. Everybody talking about the prices, the inflation, this, that, and the third, as they do fucking rituals. I'm laying that out there because you and your black ass or white ass or brown ass, whatever color your ass is, you right now can begin to do rituals. As a human being, you have to know how, what, when, why, and where to do rituals. And if you can figure that part out, you don't got shit to worry about. You either want to be a leader or you want to be a follower. When you a follower is just a person that doesn't do rituals. A follower is a person who doesn't know the who, what, why, when, and where of doing rituals. So a follower is just hoping that a motherfucker can come through and tell them something, and if it resonates with them or vibrates with them, they'll send you a fucking cash app. They'll motherfucking be the person that is in love with you because you dropping hot knowledge. And all of these spiritual niggas getting pussy. All these spiritual women is getting money, but none of y'all is getting the true. the true, your reincarnation, subconscious, soul, mind, and things of that nature. And y'all might be confused about how to activate your spiritual energy and your spiritual ethics. I don't care who the YouTuber is. I don't care who the pastor is. I don't care about the guru. I don't care if she's a psychic, a root worker. I don't give a fuck what they do in the spiritual community. They ain't on shit. You better fucking microdose. It's about your brain. It's about your cognition. It's about your ability to fire the synapses in your mind, in your body. If you listen to these niggas, that's not going to jumpstart nothing. If you read these books, that ain't going to jumpstart nothing. You going to be a fucking follower. You going to be a fucking follower. And you see the title of this video? Microdosing. Niggas is dumb as hell. Soon as, yo, you got fucking mushrooms, I'm about to trip out. I'm going to get trippy. No judgment, because I'm a dumbass. I'm the king of dumbasses. I'm trying to get trippy. I'm trying to see shit. I'm trying to motherfucking see fucking fire shoot out my asshole. I'm trying to do all types of cool shit when I'm on these fucking microdoses. I want to trip balls, nigga. I want to trip. See, my mind fucked up. I had to really do some research and study and get into a space of microdosing. Now, when you tripping and having psychedelic experiences, Spirit said that's the same way as niggas going to Rite Aid, getting a bottle of Tylenol and swallowing the bottle of Tylenol and saying, oh, I do it because I be tripping hard. Or motherfuckers go get Benadryl, take the whole bottle of Benadryl. And imagine a motherfucker saying, well, man, the last time I took this whole bottle of Benadryl, I ain't even trip hard. I guess I gotta take 2 bottles of Benadryl. You sound like a dumbass. We are not talking about mushrooms for tripping on no level. On no level. We all about microdosing around this bitch. We all about taking small amounts. Micro, nigga. Microdosing. What's a microdose? A microdose is when you take psilocybin and you have no effects. Say it with me. No effects. So if you take psilocybin and you take psilocybin to get high, you a bitch ass nigga. You a punk ass bitch. And if I ain't talking about nobody specifically, I'm talking about myself. If y'all see me tripped out on my fucking balls out here, I see spaceships in the sky. Oh my God, I'm so trippy because I'm on mushrooms. I need y'all to call me a bitch ass nigga right off the rip, because we are trying. Listen, I was damaged, y'all. Yo nigga was damaged, yo. Like damaged. Fucked up out here in these streets, man. I was damaged, yo. I was so fucked up, I didn't even realize, to start an Instagram account, start a Gmail account, y'all didn't do no background search on me. Y'all didn't read my Carfax. If y'all had read my Carfax, y'all be like, damn, this nigga been in hella wrecks. This nigga is fucked up. I'm still fucked up, but I've been microdosing, y'all, and I've been healing. I say I might always be fucked up, but I know the keys to this shit, and it's about microdosing. You can do the research, you can read the papers, you can get the books and come to the same conclusions. You can microdose for your own damn self. If you scared to microdose, you a bitch ass nigga. You a punk ass bitch. Cause how the fuck you scared to microdose, but you ain't scared to take a fucking Tylenol? You dumb as hell. You gotta take a Tylenol. You gotta take some psilocybin. If you got a headache, you gotta take some Tylenol. You got allergies, you take Benadryl. When you a dumbass motherfucker out here in these streets, you gotta take 1 or 2 microdose capsules. What? It's a problem with people in their ego to say that I'm not fucked up. Cause when you say you're not fucked up, you don't do the work to heal or to get better. And then motherfuckers is out here like, oh, I don't like them shrooms. Them shrooms I don't be tripping off of them. I need some shrooms that I can trip off of, you know? And you take a lot of shrooms, you'll be horny and you'll want to fuck. You might as well drink you might as well get a 40. It'll be much cheaper and much healthier for you. You want to get high. And the psilocybin does not like that. It will not fuck with you. It'll cut you off. It has a consciousness. Psilocybin isn't to be abused by you and your ego. Fuck your ego. You got synapses that's not firing in your brain that having you making dumbass mistakes that's not in relation to your soul. So you need to fucking microdose. I'm not the person who created this shit. I ain't the person that started it or invented it. I just got hip to this knowledge at the beginning of 2022. I said as soon as January 1st, 2022, it was my time to start microdosing. It was my time to start healing. I'm not the first person to come up with psilocybin. I'm not the first person to talk about this type of shit. It's a lot of people that have been talking about this shit well before me. And I should have been the one listening to them and understanding that I was fucked up and I needed to microdose. But I was in my ego. I was arrogant. I was like, well, the stars, it's going to be a full moon next month. So, you know, a full moon going to be a full moon. But if I'm fucked up, Kyrie is fucked up, those two things are not related. So you could be a car mechanic and fix a car up to the top of the top. That don't mean that you're not fucked up. You could be pretty and be the most sexiest girl in the club. That don't mean you're not fucked up. We got a lot of parameters and ways that we look at life to determine whether or not we fucked up or not. Oh, he got a lot of money. So imagine a person trying to get a lot of money, trying to get a better situation, but never trying to heal. Now you got a lot of unhealed people with money. And I love it personally. I love the fact that rich people are unhealed. Because that means I can get on the internet and talk shit all fucking day. Because I don't give a fuck about none of you internet niggas. For nothing. I can't force y'all to do shit. And it don't fucking matter. And y'all don't even got the money y'all think y'all need money first. That's y'all fucking problem. Niggas think they need money first. So I don't give a fuck. I'm not even talking to niggas no more. Because you need money first. So I'm going to let you get your money first. And if I say, fuck the money, you need to heal first. Like, shit. Okay, you'll buy an eighth of some weed. Because you hurting, because you bored, because of whatever. And how long that eighth going to last you? A weekend? However. You buy microdose capsules, a month's supply. Guess how long? It's the same amount as a good eighth of some weed. A little bit more. I said a month's supply. Guess how long you can have the microdoses for? Because you're not supposed to microdose every day. And you ain't supposed to take a lot of them. You're trying to move outside of getting high. If you want to get high, smoke weed. If you want to get high, drink a glass of wine. But don't get high off the mushrooms. Get high off of life. Get high off of nature. Get high off your healing. Get high off your realization. But stop thinking that you perfect because you don't got money and all you need is money. As soon as you get money, everything gonna work out for you. That's bullshit. How you gonna fucking get money? Let's talk about this. How you gonna get money if you don't microdose? Your job? How much your job pay you? Enough to pay what? Your rent? But you don't got enough money to go. Let's go to New Orleans tonight, nigga. Let's go. Let's go to New Orleans. Let's drink. Let's go to a goddamn jazz concert, and let's catch a motherfucking flight up out of there in the morning. Can't do that because you too broke. Alright, I was like that too, not too long ago. I've been microdosing every single week since fucking January. My finances, crazy. Not like my finances is crazy, but my finances from the beginning of the year to now, complete flip. Complete flip. Love life. Sexual desire between partners. Law of attraction. What else? Peace of mind. Weight loss. Skin. But more than everything, the synapses that was shut down in my mind. When your synapses shut down, you forget who you are. And see, for a large part of my life, I forgot who I was. I forgot who Kyrie was. I didn't know who Kyrie was. I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot of sadness, a lot of trauma. I didn't even know for real. Like, I did not know that I was so fucked up in the ways that I was fucked up. I was fucked up on a energetic level. And when you fucked up on the energetic level, you gotta be healed at an energetic level. Ain't nothing that a nigga can tell me that's gonna heal my synapses. You need psilocybin. Look it up. Synapses, neurogenesis, psilocybin. Let's look up mood, depression, anxiety, and you will see that's from a lack of synapses firing in your brain. When you take psilocybin, those synapses begin to fire up. When they fire up, your life become better. And better is you remember how fucking great you are. Better is you remember all your plans and your purposes. Better is you become more accountable. Better is you face your fears. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. As much as people say what they was going to say, the reality was my fears was taking over my life. And when your fears take over your life, how you going to combat your fears? Because it was more comfortable for me to stay in behind of my fears. It was easier for me to stay behind my fears and create the rhetorics and narratives and associate it. Why? I'm fearful, so I shouldn't do this. I'm fearful, so I shouldn't do that. I'm fearful, so I shouldn't go here. I shouldn't go here. I shouldn't do this. And this makes sense to me. 2 weeks into serious psilocybin, I realized that fear was taking over my life. And the only way that I was going to get out of fear taken out of my life was that I was going to conquer my fears. Conquering your fears is crazy because when you conquer your fears is the things and the thoughts that are associated with the things that's going to happen if you do that. So it's like, if I do this, I'm going to die. So to conquer your fear is literally you going on a trek to die. If I do this, I'm going to get hurt. If I do this, I'm going to fall. So it's natural for a person to not do that. We might even think it's logical and it make more sense to not face our fears, to stand behind our fears and say, look, you know how the old people, they got the goddamn, they still got that thing on their car to protect their wheel. They be afraid a motherfucker gonna steal their car and shit. Old people be afraid. And we don't think nothing of it. At least I didn't think nothing of it. I think it's normal to be afraid. I think it's cool to be afraid. But I know my heart. I would live in neighborhoods and I'd be like, and I'd be, I would leave my doors open. And people would be like, you know, you shouldn't leave your doors open in this neighborhood. But that's my energy. That's my heart. My energy and my heart is a certain type of way. I grew up in the bottoms. I didn't grow up in the bottoms. I used to live in the bottoms. I used to live on the west side of Columbus. Now, if you know, you know. That's not one of the places that you want to be kind of caught lacking and things of that nature. But my energy is my energy. My heart is my heart. And at the same time, I didn't know that I was protected. I was guided. I was being led. How I'm protected, guided, and being led, but I'm still living in fear. One of those things got to win over. So when I started microdosing, I started to realize if I'm protected, if I'm guided, and I'm led, then my fear, I need to go towards that. I need to go towards it because life had put me in a position, had backed me into a corner where I didn't have a choice. I didn't have an option. And in retrospect, it seems so simple to me. I could have always faced my fears. I've always had things. I've always had wares. I've always had goods. I've always had services. But I've never put myself out there because I was afraid. I said I never put myself out there because I was afraid. But I got 4 kids to feed. So imagine how detrimental that thought process is to not put yourself. I'm hurting my children because of my fear. Well, what if something bad happened to you? What if something bad happened to you? Something bad is already happening to me. Do y'all not understand that? Something bad is already happening. When you're not living in your truth, when you're not even understanding all of the spiritual realities that's taking place, and even the spiritual realities, shit, I recognize the spiritual realities, but I couldn't enjoy them. I couldn't enjoy them because I was broken at an energetic level. I went through trauma. I went through fear. I did 2.5 years in prison. I never was raised by my dad. So any man that's not raised by his father, that's the worst thing that can happen to a man. The worst thing. The best thing that a baby mom can do. If that dude is all right, he ain't no molester, no beater, no fucked up person. He a decent man, and you got a son, be with him. If you care about, you say you love your son. If you love your son, you would be with his father. If you don't love your son, then you would keep him away from his father and make up all of these reasons in your mind. And if you have a hard time with accepting this fact, you probably need to microdose so you can get into some truth about life. So you can get some downloads. So you can tap in. See, I ain't no shit. I ain't have a daddy. You know why they call God the Father? Because mushrooms look like a penis. Everything that you read in the Bible is about a damn mushroom. The God, you know why God is abstract and you can't identify? Like, why don't we know what God looked like? The Egyptians knew what Osiris looked like. The Mayans know what Quetzalcoatl looked like. How come we don't know what God looked like? That don't make sense. You know what that is? Because God is the Father. God is a man. God is a dick. Look at a mushroom. Look at a penis envy. What you going to see is a penis. That's why God is a father. God ain't abstract. God ain't abstract. God ain't something that, if God is the most important thing in your life, why don't the fuck you microdose? What you talking about? You ain't read The Sacred Mushroom and the Cross by John Allegro, who went through the Dead Sea Scrolls and said, wait a second, this whole book is talking about mushrooms. You wouldn't understand if you take mushrooms to get high. You would understand if you, John Hopkins University, psilocybin, read the studies. It's studies, they did studies, if you do it for a year, how your life would improve. They did studies, if you did that shit one time. Nigga said, I did psilocybin one time and my life changed. I'm not making it up. I don't even care. I'm not trying to promote shit right now. I'm just trying to give y'all some real shit in reference to what's happening inside of your body. These conscious niggas, nothing that I can say is going to help you. Nothing that anybody is going to say or going to do for you is going to help you. And let's just say it do. Let's just say you get a reading or you get a massage and it's the best thing that ever happened to you. You still gonna have to deal with you. So now that means whenever you want to feel good, you got to go to these dirty ass bitches for a dirty ass reading about some shit that may or may not be true. If people had knowledge of self, it wouldn't be no such thing as psychics. Psychics wouldn't even have a business model. What the fuck you mean you gonna read my chart, bitch? I read my own chart. What the fuck you mean you gonna decode my dreams, bitch? I decode my own dreams. And if you don't know how to, bitch, you better learn how. What the fuck? Stop thinking you gonna pay somebody to do spiritual work. This is not your electric bill. This is not your plumber. This is not the loud man. This is not the fucking McDonald's or Max and Irma's or no shit like that. This is your fucking connection to source. And if I can get you to think about everything else besides that, I'm good. That's why all of these conscious, especially people who have followings, they are on bullshit. And I'm not saying that they're bad people. I'm saying that it's so important that you do your own work. I don't want nobody following me. And I'm way more accomplished than these niggas. If you wanted to go like on a stat sheet, I could be out here like, yes, I know the truth. Follow me. Get readings from me. I know people are suggestible. If I suggest that I'm a reader, then people is going to be curious. And all I got to do is give you positive words and you're going to be like, God damn, this motherfucker's amazing. The reason why people don't like getting readings from me and shit like that, because I'm too raw. I don't sugarcoat shit. And people don't want the truth. You eat hamburgers? Why the fuck you getting a reading from me? You need to stop eating hamburgers first. I ain't reading nobody. Ain't nothing I can tell a bitch that's eating hamburgers. You don't give a fuck about your fucking guts. How the fuck you give a fuck about your soul? You don't give a fuck about shit. You still out here eating hamburgers. You don't give a fuck about nothing if you still out here eating meat. Where that meat come from? The restaurant? Where the restaurant buy their meat from? Okay. You don't know what the fuck you eating again. You don't know what you eating. You don't know what you thinking. You don't, like, okay, another process. Microdosing and eating meat. Why you gonna do that? You gotta understand, like, psilocybin is food. It's food. It should be a part of your diet. Like you drink water, you should microdose at least 200 to 250 milligrams of psilocybin 4 to 5 times a week. It should just be normal human shit. Because we are religious people. We believe in God, don't we? And don't we believe in God, y'all? Niggas believe in God, but don't microdose. How that work? Niggas be like, well, God helped me buy my house today. Praise God. I'll be like, God, I ingest. What did Jesus say? Jesus said, eat me. One's in the chat if Jesus said, eat me. Did Jesus say, eat me or not? Do we eat Jesus every month or don't we? Flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. Do we not eat bread and water every month? Isn't the bread that we eat representing Jesus Christ himself when we eat that piece of fucking wafer? What if that's symbolism for the goddamn mushroom? Why you gonna eat God? It ain't no cannibal shit. It's only cannibal shit if that's your level of thought. But if you microdose for long enough and you start to really repair and really restore the person that you was, not in this lifetime, I know who I am at a fucking biblical level. I know who I am at a biblical level. I mean, it's like shit that you always knew, but you gotta strengthen that shit within your own self. If they ate Jesus, and we know we not no fucking cannibals, what are they talking about? They're talking about the psilocybin mushroom. When you read Enoch's account of the vision that he saw in the sky, guess what he was doing when he seen that vision in the sky? You guessed it. He was tripping off his fucking ass. If you read Enoch's vision and understand a nigga that probably ate too many goddamn mushrooms than he actually knew he was eating, then it start to make sense. Moses seen a burning bush. You ain't gonna see no burning bush with your regular consciousness. You ain't gonna see no burning bush sober, but baby, you take enough mushrooms, you take enough LSD, this whole goddamn room can catch on fire. You be like, what the fuck? One time I got so fucking high, I put my hand through the glass in the car. And then I said, I was so scared, I thought I broke the window. Whole time, I'm just tripping out on my ass. So when you read the Bible and they talk about these visions and you hear about these prophets and you hear about flesh of the flesh and all of this stuff, they're really talking about ingesting psilocybin and having a culture of ingesting psilocybin, having rituals of ingesting psilocybin, and see what the fuck come up. And I'm saying this for you. You are the master prophetess, goddess, soothsayer, reader, psychic, magician. You, not no bitch ass nigga on YouTube or Instagram or YouTube. You are the God reincarnated. And if you don't feel that about yourself, thank you for listening to this fucking video. But with that said, man, find somebody. I'm not promoting shit. Do research. Find somebody that you know, that you trust, and do not overdo it. Take it easy, take it light, and get the healing that you need. To restore who you are at a cosmic level. And stop giving all your money to these fucking charlatans. Peace.